Tonight, a major development in the Reiger Park murder investigation. Police have arrested a second suspect in connection with the shocking killings of 2 anti-gang unit officers and 2 women in Reiger Park, east of Johannesburg. But as investigators continue working to establish exactly what happened, serious questions are emerging about the roles allegedly played by those arrested. Before we continue, remember that everyone accused in this case remains presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The investigation began after a deadly shooting in Reiger Park left 4 people dead. Among the victims were 2 members of the South African Police Service anti-gang unit. They were Constable Thapelo Tlomatsana, aged 29, and Constable Sfiwe Sibeko, aged 28. 2 civilian women, Rolene Lessing and Jaden Margaman, were also killed. The killings sent shockwaves through the East Rand and triggered a major police investigation. Investigators subsequently arrested 23-year-old Reagan Cheslin Collis. Collis appeared before the Boksburg Magistrates Court. He faces serious charges including 4 counts of murder, attempted murder, robbery, and firearms-related offences. Police allege that he was involved in the attack, but the investigation has now taken another major turn. On Sunday, 16th August, police announced the arrest of a second suspect, a 24-year-old man allegedly linked to the Reiger Park killings. The arrest followed a multidisciplinary tracing operation involving law enforcement units working together to identify and apprehend those allegedly connected to the murders. The second arrest could prove significant. Investigators are now dealing with allegations that more than one person may have been involved. There is another important development surrounding the case. Reports have raised questions about CCTV footage allegedly showing events around the time of the shooting. According to those reports, the footage may suggest that another individual was involved and has raised questions about the identification of the first accused. But this information must be treated carefully. The CCTV allegations have not been tested in court. They should not be presented as proof that the first accused is innocent, or that another individual definitely carried out the shooting. Those questions will ultimately have to be addressed through the evidence presented to investigators and the court. Another critical part of the investigation concerns the firearms taken from the murdered officers. Police have reported that 2 R5 rifles stolen from the slain officers were recovered during the investigation. The recovery of those weapons could potentially provide investigators with important forensic evidence. Investigators will now need to establish exactly how the firearms were used, who had possession of them, and whether forensic evidence can connect them to the attack. But many questions remain unanswered. Was there more than one person involved? Who actually fired the shots? What does the CCTV footage show? Why were the officers targeted? How were the stolen firearms recovered? And what evidence will prosecutors ultimately present in court? These are questions that could become clearer as the investigation and court proceedings continue. The newly arrested suspect is expected to appear before the Boksburg Magistrates Court. Meanwhile, Collis's formal bail proceedings are expected to take place on 25 August. Those proceedings could provide further information about the prosecution's case, and the evidence, investigators say, connects the accused to the killings. 4 people are dead. 2 of them were police officers serving in a unit tasked with confronting gang-related violence. Now, with a second suspect behind bars and questions surrounding the evidence against the first accused, the Reiger Park investigation has entered a critical new phase. For true crime and scams in South Africa, we will continue following this case and bring you verified developments as they emerge. Remember, an arrest is not a conviction. Every accused person remains presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. This is True Crime and Scams in South Africa. Stay informed, stay safe, and stay with us for the next update.